Look inside and always try to understand the roots of procrastination. The story is about me and every one of us. When you only feel tired all day, but you only say that it's not enough time to get started on this, or it can be done only in 1 hour. You need to do something to cross off on your to-do list. It's important for your own self-worth. Leave the stuck point where you find yourself daily. Endless ways to procrastinate, watching crazy cat videos, fake online shopping, WhatsApp, or just calling a friend and talk about nothing. Sometimes these are essential tasks. Okay, maybe not for the crazy cat videos, but only times they leave us wrapped up in guilt when we realize we lost another precious day doing a lot but achieving nothing. Then the mind kicks in, criticizing and confirming what you thought you knew already. You're lazy, you're a time waster, you're good for nothing, you're hopeless, you're not good enough. I'm sure you know the scripts, they sound so familiar. And yet, we know there is such a sweet relief to be felt when we sink into something our soul deeply desires. When we melt through the resistance and show up in a way we know we are required for ourselves. When you have been told to do something by another person that you can't see the value in. Feeling lost when you don't know your direction and struggle to answer the big questions about your life and its meaning. Feeling drained at times when your energy levels fall below the minimum you need to function and everything seems much more of a struggle. The chance to reboot our bodies and minds is so infrequent these days. It's no wonder we are reaching for moments where we can just allow ourselves to drift and wander, a moment of escape from a world where we are always on. It is helpful to understand the difference between pausing and procrastinating. Procrastination happens when you have resistance to do something. Often that something will lead you to connect more deeply to yourself. Essentially, when we procrastinate, we are seeking ways to avoid what we really need. When we choose to pause, it is an active, not passive process. We do it consciously. In the space we create from pausing, more energy may rise up within us. Pausing stimulates us. Procrastination lowers us. What if we allow the moments we pause to be an introduction to the next breath we are required to take? Many times it is too hard to do everything you need to do at once. The secret is to make a list of things that need to be done and then break the tasks up. For each task that you've broken up, you'll have a beginning and an ending. The tasks should be broken into small enough pieces that you can always see the light at the end of the tunnel. Viewing the whole task all at once will only frustrate you if you have unrealistic expectations. The next key is just to start, whether you feel like it or not. Use some self-talk to remind yourself you've got to get this done and you're making a step at it now. As the moment goes by, you'll feel better and better. The secret here is not to wait until you feel better, but you feel better first before you start. When you finish it with your first task, reward yourself. Do something positive to reward your effort and renew your mind. Maybe you're having a hard time because you're trying to jump in too fast. After you've been resting, watching TV, reading, or doing something relatively inactive, it is hard to get going on a new task. The strategy here is to move toward the starting gate slowly. If you've been sitting or lying down, stand up, stretch, and do a short physical task such as watering the flowers or anything similar. While you're doing this, determine in your mind you are going to start your first task just as soon as you finish. Despite what some people think, everyone has willpower. The difference between those who procrastinate and those who don't is that non-procrastinators have a specific strategy or system to help them through all kinds of tasks. Non-procrastinators get their mind in gear and act. It is always a surprise how quickly things get done when we just decide to start. Many of us who are spending day after day procrastinating and feeling bad about it are shocked to notice the difference a little movement in the right direction makes. Perhaps now you can see the benefits of starting early when you have a new job to do. If you start early enough and don't put everything off until the last minute, every day will be more enjoyable. You'll feel like you're accomplishing something because you are, and you won't have the nagging feelings that turns into depressions as your deadline draws closer and closer and you haven't even started yet. This is Hamza from Net Motivator. Rise and shine and always do the best that you can do.